Hi, I'm Nadia Giordana. Welcome to EmbodyYourVision.com. Today is January 20th, 2011, and I spent the morning in the theater at Century College in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. My friend and client, author Meg Corrigan, was speaking about her book, Then I Am Strong, which is, by the way, our newest release here at Cloud9 Publishing. I've talked to you about Meg's book before, and you can always get the latest at her website, megcorrigan.com. Right now, let's listen to her tell us, in her own words, how she came to write this powerful memoir about what life was like growing up as a young girl in a profoundly dysfunctional family.
Well, we are going to try this and just kind of do a live interview, and have an easy conversation, because Meg is one of the most interesting people I've ever talked to, and she, I told her, you didn't have to write this book. I mean, my goodness, to lay out your family history and secrets and everything else for the public, but she is really motivated to help. So I think that clearly comes out in the book. I just wanted to say that Marianne Grossman from the Pioneer Press had an article about the book in last Sunday's paper, actually devoted her column to the book, and she called it a touching, well-written account of growing up in a dysfunctional family with an alcoholic mother and enabling father. And she also said that in this dark and cold season, we often find ourselves brooding about bad times in our past. If you're in that gloomy state of mind, reading Meg Corrigan's Then I Am Strong will give you comfort. So I think that is kind of what we're about today, right, Meg?
So
yeah. So here we go. We're going to ask questions, and Meg is going to share. So, well, let's just start with at the beginning. How did you come to want to write this memoir?
Well, the first thing that happened in the process of beginning the book was that my father had passed away, and I was going through some of his belongings. My mother was still alive, and my mother, again, was the alcoholic. And I ran across a photograph of my mother, obviously drunk, lying on the floor. And number one, I thought, why on earth would my dad have taken this photograph? And the second thing that came to my mind were all these profound emotions that were welling up in me, because it was not uncommon to see my mother on the floor passed out. So I was really uncomfortable with the memories that came up, but at the same time I thought, there's a story here. I mean, this photograph obviously tells part of the story. And so I think the only reason he might have taken the picture was perhaps to try to commit my mother at one point. They lived in another state, and it was difficult to commit someone at that time. So I think that might be why he took it. Certainly not to be cruel or just to expose her. But I showed the picture to my husband, and I said I ought to write a book. And he said, yes, you should. So that's kind of how it was born. And as I began to think about it, I knew that the one thing I wanted to get through to people in my book was that adversity in life does not have to define who we are. Being raised by an alcoholic mother who probably was also mentally ill, although was never diagnosed, I think that I thought for a long time I was going to turn out just like her. And so finding out later in my life that didn't have to be the case, I wanted to share my story and how I got from that point to where I am today.
Well, and another thing that I probably should have said is that we really need to tell them this is my version of the story. It may not be what you feel.
I should have said they just have kept it constantly in the labs and thought of other members of the family finding out.
I just noticed. What's your first name?
Betty. I said I'm still going to do this.
Good. Good for you. You're gonna buy one, bless your heart. Now you have to spell your name. I don't. Can you spell it for me? Z-E-Y-A-D. Right. Okay. Your journey's been something too, hasn't it? Yes, it has. Oh boy.
Well, that's it for today. I'll be back here at the website in a few days with another segment. So ciao for now. This is Nadia Giordana, inviting you to embody your vision. It's easier than you think.